You're serious? I asked, though I already knew the answer. Alla didn't flinch. Yes, I've thought about it for weeks. My hands were shaking, but I stuffed them into my pockets. You're leaving me? For him? She nodded once. No apology, no tears. He has a future. A real career. Stability. And I don't. I didn't say that, she mumbled, eyes dropping. You didn't have to. I laughed, bitter and quiet. Let me guess he's a doctor, right? She placed the ring on the table between us. Cold metal, no warmth, no ceremony. You're sweet, but sweet doesn't pay bills. I stared at the ring. You could have just said you didn't love me. I did love you, no, I said, shaking my head. You loved. The version of me you built in your head. The one who'd magically become someone I'm not. She grabbed her purse, stood up. Please don't make this ugly. I don't want to fight. Oh, we're past fighting, Alla. This is silence. This is me trying not to say something I'll regret. She looked at me like I was already a memory. I hope you find peace. Hope he's worth it. She walked out without another word. The door closed. I stood there, staring at the stupid ring. That night, Rafik called. She really did it? She did? You okay? I looked at the ceiling. Define okay? Want me to come over? No, I just want to disappear for a bit. You want to scream or cry? I want to rewind. Just 5 minutes before, she opened her mouth. Wish I could help with that. I smiled faintly. Thanks, though. Look, he said you dodged a bullet. Seriously, anyone who leaves you for a richer guy doesn't deserve you. She didn't say richer, bro. She said doctor. It's the same thing. Still hurts. I know. Silence. Then he added she regretted. Maybe not now. But someday she'll walk into a room and realize you're not the same guy she left. I hung up before I said something weak. The next morning, I sat at the edge of my bed, staring at the floor. My phone buzzed with text mutual friends asking what happened. Her story was already spreading. One message stood out. It was from Ayla's cousin Zara. I'm sorry. I thought she was just confused. I didn't know she'd actually go through with it. I didn't reply. Instead, I picked up the ring again, rolled it between my fingers, and whispered, Guess this was just a placeholder, huh? At work, Rafik pulled me aside. You look like a ghost. Feel like one. Eating? I shrugged. You sleeping? Sort of. He sighed. All right. You have 2 options. Sit around and mope, or rebuild. Rebuild what? She was my plan. Then make a better one. I leaned against the wall. She said I'm not stable. He grinned. She said, you're not a doctor. There's a difference. Not wrong, though. Who cares? You don't need a white coat to be worthy. I looked away. She made me feel it's like a side project, like a maybe. Then proved she was wrong. I nodded slowly. Maybe I will. You will. And when you do, make sure she sees it. That night, I opened my laptop. I clicked on an old file titled Clinic Dreams. It had drawings, notes, quotes, things I hadn't looked at in years. My eyes landed on one line I'd written at 19. Even if no one believes in me, I will still build something beautiful. I stared at it until my vision blurred. Alla didn't believe in me. That much was clear. But maybe, I could just maybe. You're not even dressed, Rafik said, stepping into my room without knocking. I stayed on the bed, blanket over my head. Not going, it's your cousin's wedding, man. I don't care. You're gonna let Ayla ruin everything. Even this, I peeked out. She didn't ruin anything. I just don't feel like pretending I'm okay. You haven't been out in 10 days. So you smell like heartbreak and instant noodles. Cool. Leave. He didn't. He sat beside me. Look, I get it. She broke you. But that doesn't mean you stop living. I didn't reply. You were a whole person before her. No, I wasn't. He paused. You were. You just forgot. I didn't forget. I gave it all to her. Yeah. And she gave it to someone else. So now you take it back. I looked at the ceiling. Everyone keeps saying I dodged a bullet, 'cause you did. I didn't want to dodge anything. I wanted to build something. With the wrong person. Didn't answer. He tapped my shoulder. Come to the wedding. Just for an hour. Breathe some fresh air. Eat cake. Not hungry. Fine. Then come for the cake and the pity looks. I cracked a smile. You're terrible at pep talks. But I'm great at dragging you out by force. At the wedding I stood near. The buffet, holding a plate I didn't touch, aunties whispered. Uncles patted my back like I was a widow. Zara approached me. I'm sorry, she said softly. Don't be. You didn't dump me. I mean, for not warning you. I knew she had doubts, didn't we all? She's marrying fast, like too fast. Guess love doesn't wait, I said, voice flat. She texted me. Oh. Let me guess. Tell him I wish him well. Zara winced. Something like that? I nodded, tossed my plate, and walked out. Back home, I sat in my old study corner. Dusty shelves, untouched books. One box stood out. Labeled clinic plans. I opened it. Sketches, notes, timelines. My dream from med school, before bills, before doubts, before Ayla, Rafiq, peeked in. You okay? Remember when I wanted to start a community clinic? Yeah, you were obsessed. I stopped because Uncle Salim said I'd fail. He said a lot of things. He called it childish, said real men get real jobs. Well, real men also get dumped. Rafiq smirked. I chuckled. Harsh but true. He sat beside me. You're still that guy, you know? What guy? The one who wanted to help people, even if no one believed in him? I looked at the sketches. I buried this part of me, dig it up. I swallowed. Hard. Maybe it's time, Rafiq nudged me. Good, because I'm not letting you rot over someone who left for a white coat. I smirked. You're really not letting that go, huh? Nope, and neither should you. Ack. Latest post? Rafiq asked, sliding his phone across the table. I didn't look. Though she's in Murray. Fancy resort. Stag healing with him. I sipped my chai. Let her heal. I've got work. You don't even flinch anymore. I flinched. Yesterday, today, I billed. He leaned back. You sure you're okay? No, but I've decided to be. My morning started at 5 a.m. I'd read medical journals on borrowed Wi-Fi. Then I'd bike across town to a pharmacy where I stocked shelves. By noon, I was assisting at a clinic unpaid, just observing. By night, I returned to a cramped room behind a tailor shop. The fan clicked all night. The walls sweated with me. One day, the tailor by Nazir knocked. You're studying medicine? I nodded. You know how to treat a fever. I hesitated. Depends on the symptoms. My daughter's burning up. No money for doctor. Followed him inside. After checking her, I said, she just needs rest and fluids. I'll leave some paracetamol. You're not charging? I shook my head. I'm not certified. Just learning. He folded his hands. Still, thank you, Dr. Saab. My chest tightened. I'm not a doctor yet. You are to us. Word spread fast. The tea seller sent his wife. The rickshaw driver came with a twisted ankle. The old lady upstairs brought me her grandson's asthma inhaler. I never charged. I didn't have a license, but I had knowledge. And heart, Rafiq called one night. You're basically running a street clinic. Feels like it. You need a signboard. I need a license first. He paused. You ever think she sees this? I leaned against the wall. She's too busy posting brunch pics to care. You're wrong. People talk. Mutual friends share. She knows. Her. I'm not doing this for her. Good, he said. Because this what you're doing, it's bigger than revenge. At the end of each day, I sat with my notebook. Clinic name ideas, design sketches, appointment systems, floor plans, dreams I once abandoned. One evening Uncle Salim called. Heard you're treating people in alleys now? It's temporary. Know what else is temporary? Delusion. I'm not delusional, he scoffed. A real man earns. You're playing pretend. I'm building something, he laughed. On what? Faith in fever cases? I'll make it real. Brick by brick. He hung up. I closed my notebook and whispered, "Watch me." Days blurred. My shoulders ached. My fingers cramped from writing. My heart still hurt, but softer now, like an old scar. By Nazir stopped me outside. "Dr. Saab," I told my cousin in the next street. "He's bringing his son." I nodded, happy to help. He paused. "Why do you do this?" I smiled, because someone once told me I wasn't enough. "I'm proving them wrong," quietly. He touched his chest. Then, "May God make noise for you when the time is right." I held that line all night like a prayer and kept building, brick by brick. "Bro, don't check your phone today," Rafik said. His voice was tense. I blinked at the screen. Too late. You saw it. Every angle, every filter, every fake smile. "I tried to warn you." She looked happy, I muttered. She looked expensive. I almost laughed. That dress wasn't cheap. The venue was that glass dome place, right? "Yeah, the one we used to dream about." Rafik paused. "You okay? No? Want to come over? No? Want to talk? No? Want silence?" I exhaled. Yeah, that night I sat alone. Her photos were everywhere: Instagram, Facebook, even WhatsApp statuses of people I barely spoke to. She smiled in every picture. He smiled back. They looked perfect. My hand hovered over the screen. Then I scrolled. One photo hit harder than the rest, her holding his hand. The exact pose we practiced once. I threw the phone on the floor. My chest burned. I covered my face, and I cried. Later, I picked up the crumpled wedding invitation from my drawer, still pristine, cream and gold. I stared at it for a long time, then I grabbed a pen, and I drew a door on the back. A front desk. Waiting area. A logo. Iman Family Care. Line after line, sketch after sketch. I built a blueprint not for a wedding, but for a dream. The next morning, Rafik called. "You alive? Barely? You sound different?" "I had a funeral last night." "For what?" "The fantasy." He stayed silent. "I buried it," I said, and something else showed up. "What purpose?" "Explain." I sketched the whole clinic. I used her wedding card. "You what?" I smirked. She gave me the paper. I gave it new meaning. "That's insane." "It's mine now." "You're serious?" "I've never been more." "You're not just reacting?" "No, I'm redirecting." Rafik exhaled. "Then let's do it." "What? Build it together? Always?" I pinned the crumpled sketch to my wall. Not to remember her, but to remember this moment. The day. I stopped watching her life and started building mine. "Ready?" Rafik asked, nudging my arm as I stared at the fresh sign. "Yeah," I whispered. "Iman Family Care. We did it." He grinned. "No, you did it." I smiled faintly. "Feels surreal." "Want a moment alone before the chaos starts?" "Maybe." "Just a minute." He stepped inside. I stared at the door, the soft gold lettering, the clean glass. My name beneath the clinics. But inside, something still felt unfinished. By noon, the waiting area was packed. Children coughed. Elders whispered. Blessings. Young mothers smiled with relief. "You've made a name already," Rafik said, balancing files. 3 walk-ins asked if this is the silent doctor who never advertises. I chuckled. "Guess word of mouth travels faster than Wi-Fi. You proud?" I should be. But I hesitated. I still check her profile at night. Sighed. "It's been 2 years." "I know." "She's not coming back, bro." "I don't want her to." "You sure?" I didn't answer. That evening, Dr. Fahim visited. He walked in slowly, eyes scanning everything. "So this is the dream, still under construction?" "But yeah." He nodded. "You named it well, Iman. Faith. I almost lost mine. But you didn't know." He sat down. "Tell me, are you healing people or proving something?" I blinked. "Both." He smiled. "That's honest. But you can't carry ghosts into every consultation." I try not to. Do you? Exhaled. Every time someone thanks me, I think of her, and I wonder if she ever thinks of me. He leaned forward. Let me ask you something difficult, okay? If she walked in tomorrow alone, no ring, what would you do? I froze. I don't know. You have to know. I'd treat her professionally. Yes. And emotionally, I don't know. Stood up. Then you're not done healing. I lowered my head. I thought success would cure everything. Success is loud. Closure is quiet. Later that night, I sat at my desk staring at the clinic ledger. Patient scene 27. Complaints. 0. Praise. Endless. Still, my fingers drifted to my phone. Her profile was public again. New hair. New city. Same smile. I clicked out. Rafik knocked. Still open for you? Always. He stepped in. You saw her again, didn't you? I nodded. You still searching for something in her life? I don't know what I'm looking for. He shrugged. Maybe you're hoping she misses what she lost. Maybe you think she does. I looked at the clinic wall, the sign. Above the desk, the photos of patients pinned with thank you notes. I think it doesn't matter anymore. He smiled. Good. Now, say it again tomorrow. I nodded. Every day, until I believe it. My phone buzzed. A message from Rafik. Guess who's listed for a consultation next week? I frowned. Please don't say it. Another message followed. Allah, married name, Allah Rahman. Wednesday, 3:45 p.m. I stared at the screen. My hands froze. I typed back. You sure? He replied instantly. I triple-checked. I leaned back in my chair. My heart thudded. She doesn't know it's my clinic, I muttered. Rafik sent a voice note. What are you gonna do? I didn't press play. Couldn't even breathe. Tuesday night, Rafik called. You ready? She booked it herself. Online form, new patient. She had options. Dozens of clinics in the city. And yet she picked yours. I rubbed my forehead. Coincidence or karma? I paused. What do I even say? Nothing. Let her realize it. Let her feel it. What if I mess it up? You won't. What if I freeze? You've already faced the worst. Remember, you lived it. This is just proof you survived. I went quiet. Not the same guy she left, he added. You're more. Wednesday, 3:40 p.m. I checked the name again on the tablet. Ayla Rahman. Room 2's ready, the assistant said. I nodded. My palms were damp. The door creaked open. She stepped in, looking polished, heels clicking. Designer bag, silk scarf. Still the same eyes. She didn't look up right away. She began, then froze. Our eyes met. She blinked. You? I nodded calmly. Hello, Ayla. Silence. Her hand tightened on the strap of her bag. This is your clinic? She asked. Yes. She exhaled sharply. I didn't know. I figured. You're a doctor now? Still working on my license? But yes, I run this place. She swallowed. It's beautiful. Thank you. She hesitated. Should I leave? That's up to you. I didn't come here for this. I assumed you came for medical care. I did, but I didn't expect me. Yeah, stood up. You're welcome to stay or reschedule. She hesitated and sat. No, I'll stay. I opened the file. What brings you in? She shifted. Some fatigue. Anxiety, maybe? Sleepless nights. I nodded. Any medication history? She answered, voice softer now. She avoided eye contact. Stress levels? I asked. High. Support system. She hesitated. Minimal work pressure. She paused again. Married life isn't always calm? I looked up, just briefly. She stared at her hands. He works late, travels a lot. She said nothing. She cleared her throat. I'm not here to unload. You're a patient. It's okay. Another long pause. You've changed, she whispered. We all do. No, she said, finally meeting my eyes. You've grown into yourself. I closed the file. Talk prescriptions. She flinched slightly, but nodded. After finishing, I stood. The pharmacy's down the hall. She stood too. Thank you, I nodded. Take care. At the door, she paused. You must really hate me. I shook my head. No, why not? 'Cause you helped me become this. She blinked. I didn't mean to. I know. She looked down. Do you ever think of the past? I don't live there anymore. Her voice cracked. I'm sorry. I nodded once. So am I. She turned, walked away, and for the first time in years I didn't follow her, not even with my eyes. I heard the heels before I saw her. Sharp clicks, confident, controlled. Then the door opened. She stepped in like she belonged everywhere until her eyes met mine. You? She breathed, freezing mid-step. I nodded, calm. Welcome. I'll be. Your doctor today? She blinked, clearly thrown. This is your clinic? It is? I didn't know. Most don't. Please, have a seat. She lowered herself slowly into the chair. I thought you left the city. I stayed. Her voice was barely above a whisper. I can't believe this. I opened the file without looking at her. Let's go over your symptoms. She cleared her throat. Mostly fatigue. Sleep issues. Loss of focus. How long? A few months. Any known triggers? She hesitated. Just ... life. I looked up. Life's a vague diagnosis. She forced a smile. Marriage isn't what I pictured. I imagine most things aren't. She didn't respond. I continued. Medications? Occasional melatonin? Herbal stuff? Nothing serious? Have you seen a therapist? She shook her head. I didn't think I needed one. I jotted it down. Any family history of mental health conditions? Her eyes flickered. I don't know. We don't talk much. I paused. That's ironic. What? You always said family was everything. She looked down. Things change. So do people. Silence stretched between us. She spoke first. You really built all this brick by brick? I'm impressed. Didn't it do it for that? I didn't mean you don't have to explain. She nodded. Still, I didn't expect you'd become this. I tilted my head. What exactly did you expect? I don't know. Maybe you'd stay small. Hurt? Stuck? Then you underestimated me.
Did.
Another pause. I softened my voice. Look, I'm not here to drag up the past. You're a patient today. That's all. She swallowed. Do you hate me? No. She looked at me, hopeful. Really? I don't have the time. Her shoulders fell slightly. I've got a waiting room full of people. Hate's too expensive. She offered a nervous smile. You've changed. I had to. For better. For me. She shifted in her seat. It's strange being here. It didn't have to be. I didn't know I know. Another silence. She stood slowly. Should I come back another day? That's your choice. She didn't move. I added, but running's not treatment. She sat again, right? I handed her the prescription. Take this twice daily. Small changes first. We'll reassess in 2 weeks. She took the paper gently. Thank you. I stood. Next time, just book under your real name. Her eyes met mine. You knew? I shrugged. Didn't need. 2. I recognized the silence. She blinked hard. I'm sorry. I've already healed. She looked away. I haven't. That's okay. Healing's a solo journey. She stepped toward the door, then paused. Will it always feel like this? Only if you avoid facing it. She nodded slowly. Then I guess I'll be back. I gave a small smile. We'll be here. She opened the door. And this time, didn't flinch when she left. She reached for the door handle, paused and turned. I made a mistake. I didn't move. I thought I knew what I wanted. I didn't. Said nothing. I thought security meant happiness, she continued. But it doesn't. Not always. Silence. You're not going to say anything? She asked. No. Why? Because I don't need to. She looked down. You're colder than I remember. No, just quieter. Her voice softened. You don't hate me? I stopped carrying that weight. She glanced outside. He's waiting, I figured. He doesn't know I came here. Doesn't matter, she hesitated. Sometimes I wonder how life would have been if I stayed. I don't. She looked at me. You really don't? No. A car horn chirped. He thinks I'm picking up vitamins, she said. You're not staying for them. She stepped back toward the door. You're different now. I became who I needed. She swallowed. I was wrong. I know. I hurt you. You did. I'm sorry. I nodded once. I believe you. The air between us thickened. She looked again toward the car. Well, goodbye. I said nothing. She lingered a second longer. Do you still think of me? Not the way you hope? Her lips parted, but no words came. She turned slowly. Walked out. I watched her reach the car. He never looked up from his phone. She hesitated, then opened the door and got in. I stood there, hand on the doorknob. Then quietly I closed it and breathed. You look rested, Rafiq said, handing me coffee. I am. No more late-night scrolls. I shook my head. Deleted the app? He raised a brow. Seriously? Did it 2 weeks ago? He smiled. Proud of you. I stopped chasing shadows. You sure? I nodded. Peace feels better. Then closure? He sipped. What changed? I did. That's simple. Took years, but yeah. He leaned back. So what now? I wake up. I heal people. I sleep. That's it? That's enough. He studied me. Really? Done with her. I don't think about her. Not even when you pass that hotel she loved? Nope. He smirked. Liar. I smile. That's it. Rafiq chuckled. Man, you really did become someone. I became myself. He grew quiet. You ever think about messaging her? No. She tried once. I saw her name pop up. I blocked her. He nodded slowly. Cold. Clean. We sat in silence for a moment. You're not angry anymore, are you? He asked. No. Not even hurt. No. He nodded again. You won. It wasn't a game. Still, you did. I smiled. She married a doctor, and I became the doctor she needed.